Hello, everyone, and welcome to another RHS interview. I'm here with the amazing Debora Luzi. Say hello, Deborah.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Carol. So nice to be here. I'm
Yeah, lovely
excited.
to see you as well. Deborah is one of our speakers at RHS next week. Plus, she's got an exhibitor table as well. So, Deborah's going to be talking in today's interview. We're going to be talking about visibility. But, Deborah, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us a bit about you and also tell us what you're going to have on your exhibitor table as well.
Yeah, I love that. All right. So thank you so much, and welcome, everybody to this live to this video. So I am Deborah. I am a word lover. I am an author, a speaker, and I am a visibility alchemist. Like kind of another way to call it, really, visibility strategy. So I really guide, especially female entrepreneur, to really own their voice online and to show up not just for the sake of it, but actually fall in love with really showing up with creativity, with love, with passion, and really owning their gift, unapologetically. That's what, a lot of women struggle with. And also, I am a speaker's training, so I have my own methodology, which encompasses human design, energy, acting, improvisation. So it's a very, very powerful one. And what I am going to have for you on my table is something so beautiful. I've actually been staying late in the night to make those beautiful pieces. They are crystal jewelry infused with Reiki Master energy, Theta healing intention. So they're very unique piece. I only make one for each. And I really believe that I am the intermediate, like between you and them, because crystal really help you to amplify your energy, to help you with any struggle that you have and whatever you need in life. So I'm gonna have those on my stall with like bracelet, pendants. So yeah,
Nice, yes.
exciting.
I have one of Deborah's bracelets and pendants as
Oh,
well. And you do bespoke ones as well for people. Yeah.
absolutely. Yes, absolutely. I have a lot of people that literally tell me, can you, they send me a photo of someone, they tell me exactly what they need. I tap into their energy and then
Mm,
I find
mm.
the right, I actually go and search the
Yeah,
stone. I have certain places where I go and look for stone.
nice. Nice. But today we're going to be talking about visibility.
Visibility,
So, just talk about, yes, just talk about how did you get into visibility and how do you help your clients with it? Just talk us a little bit about that. Then
yeah.
we'll get into the more formal questions.
Yes, absolutely. So it has been a journey for me, Carol, because I started obviously with my business with the healing. I had a clinic
Mhm.
in Stockholm, which was always fully booked. And then I started to really help healer and spiritual entrepreneur to get more, clients. And because they just like, I don't know, what do you do, Deborah? You get clients and we have even more certification than you have. And so then I started to reverse engineer Carol, which because that's what we do, right? I was like, what does he help me to, why people really come to me? And so I noticed that the way that, why people came to me is because the way I show up, the way I was writing. And again, it was very difficult for me to believe in that because you can hear I'm not English. So
Yes.
I had to obviously overcome a lot of fears and a lot of self-doubt. But then I really start thinking, oh my God, it's really the way that I show up. People love the energy. People love the messy things sometimes, the spontaneous. And so I started to really teaching about women about being visible because also the way I teach about visibility, Carol, is about visibility and healing. It's like it's not just showing up because oh I need to sell
Yes.
my offer. It's really about healing yourself. It's a going on
Right.
this journey of overcoming your fears. Because why people are not visible, Carol? Because they don't
Mm.
believe in themselves. They have fears and they struggle to own who they are. So I really noticed that visibility for me was much more than just teaching women how to sell online. And so I apply a lot of my healing tools as well into my
That's really interesting. You should definitely talk more about that because I didn't realize that. And
business.
we've known each other for years because it was, I think, through maybe Lenka or one of those that
Yeah.
I was probably post in her Facebook group. I was posting about RHS and you came along and you've sort of like come to nearly every RHS event that run and you come to RHS networking as well. So I know that you talk about the authentic voice. Why do you think, like business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, women, find it difficult or struggle to find their authentic voice?
First of all, because of the comparison. And I actually wrote something about, because we think we need to be something, we need to behave in a certain way. And, we look at other people. Like yesterday, I wrote something about this, and it really matches with what you asked me. Because for a long time, I was online. I'm a very funny person. My authenticity is I'm very funny. I can be very sensual. I'm sarcastic. I am very witty, but I'm also like very bossy. And so this is kind of my authentic self. But then I went out there and I saw the woman that is all one piece and very serious. So I thought, maybe I have to be that. And being funny is not good. Then I see the woman that maybe she's funny or something happened. So we doubt ourselves because we compare ourselves to what's out there. And then we doubt, our energy, our authenticity, which by the way, this is something that I really want to clarify because it's very important, Carol. A lot,
Mhm.
a lot of women say out there, "Oh, I am my authentic self," 100%. We're never there 100%. It's an utopia because if we would like be fully 100%, we would do very, very different things. But what I teach is to get closer and closer and closer to that authenticity. And so I think this is the reason why, because we don't feel safe being ourselves.
Mm.
You
And I
know,
suppose maybe even as you're talking about it, I'm thinking to myself, maybe even some people don't know what their authentic voice looks like to be able to even say, I know I'm very, like you've articulated beautifully, you're witty, you're funny, but you can be bossy. There's all these elements, but you know that, and you always come across so beautifully. But maybe there are people there who don't even know what that authentic voice looks like
I completely
to
agree.
them. Yeah.
What, yeah, what an amazing point. And the thing is, they know deep inside, but there is too much layers
See.
that's been created throughout the years. And that's why I say visibility is healing, because we want to start taking the one layer. Because think about this, Karen. This is the example that I always give. In your pajama, in front of the mirror, and you got the song playing, staying alive, ha, ha, that song. In the secrecy of your room, what would you do? Maybe I'm just saying, you would just go and dance and be yourself. Or in the secrecy of the sofa, when you share like a secret to your best friend, or when in the secrecy of, intimacy with your friends and with your family, and, like, who you are
Mm.
deep inside, but it's the fear and it's thinking, can I be that?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And it's
Yeah,
like, I am an entrepreneur. I need to make money here.
yeah.
I mean, are you crazy? And
Mm.
and this is the thing. It's like the being you, it's really what is the big deal. It's what really
Yeah,
we need. And
yeah.
so, but yeah, you're right in many ways. I think they don't know it because they don't allow themselves to see it,
Yes.
to
I know
accept it, you know?
what that's just suddenly reminded me of.
Mhm.
A lady that we both know, Alex Brown.
Yeah.
So Alex and I both love musicals, right? And often what happens when we're doing networking, which I know you come to, Deborah, before people arrive, um, like Alex comes in and she bursts into song. And a couple of people there, and then I join in with her because I know all the words. and then somebody will say something, we'll go on to another song, and then another song, and another song. And I just thought to myself, oh, that would actually be quite good on a video. I could actually do that. We could talk about something serious, but we could also burst into song. It's not like we're great singers, but we could do that. Yeah.
I
And it
love
just
that.
makes it different, doesn't it?
Because this is what, people were looking for personality, for uniqueness, but it's not being something that you're not. Like,
Yeah.
for example, like sometimes people, because I dance, I do crazy
Mm.
things, and it's not about being Deborah. It's,
Mm.
this is me. It's about,
Yeah.
and that's why I always say to my clients, is my students, is like, what do you really love doing? And I had clients that loved cooking, singing, and
Mm.
doing gardening. So I'm like, bring that in
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that is the flavor on the cappuccino. Otherwise, you're just going to be a cappuccino. And
Yeah. I
9 minutes,
like having coffee.
yeah, now you are a coffee with a cinnamon sprinkle
That's
on top.
right. A little cinnamon swirl.
Yeah, or you have some marshmallow inside and
Oh,
a
I definitely have the marshmallow.
yeah. So, and that's what people love. They don't like, we have the normal coffee.
Yeah.
Everybody is the normal coffee. So we want to see the spice and that
Mm.
and again you might say, Carol, oh, but then it's better to be a coffee because some people are not going to like marshmallow.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but by being just the coffee, you're really putting yourself in a huge pond.
Yeah.
But,
Exactly.
but just the
Yes.
marshmallow, you attract the people that love the marshmallow and they're
Yeah.
going to adore you.
You're not worried about attracting the people who don't like the marshmallows. You want to attract the people who do like the marshmallows.
Exactly. And these
Yeah.
will be the one that keep coming back. They will have the bigger result. Because some of them will be like, oh, they go into your thing and then it's like, oh, I don't really resonate, but when you really is who you are, there is no going backwards. They know this was it, is the package. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. What so visibility can be very daunting for some people.
Oh,
And even if they say it's not daunting, they can be very straight-laced, as you were saying. They're not really relaxed around it. What are some of the practical steps for somebody listening to this and would say, I'd really like to be more visible, but I'm too shy? What would you say, or I'm like worried what people are going to say? What would you say are some of the first steps, those little baby steps they could take so that they could start to push that fear away?
beautiful question. You always have beautiful questions, Tyler. So the first things that I want to say, I might not look, but I used to be a very shy little girl.
Hmm.
Very, very shy, always on the corner, always like, please, people pleaser. And so I really know how people feel because visibility was very hard for me. And one thing that I always say is this: take little steps. Do not think, oh my God, I need to do a 20 minutes video. I need to do something perfect. I just tap very simple things that I say to my student is like, put a hand in your heart one day and say, connect to what you want to say, not to who you are. Don't because we are scared to be visible because we think about the vehicle, like the cover of our visibility, which is what we look like, and all of that. So if we take our focus from the cover, and we go deep within, is what inside the cover, what is the music in that disc? And that's why I say to people, tap into your heart and say, what do I want to share today? And again, sometimes this is not enough. So I make it very drastic, Carol. I make it very drastic and I say to people, if today you had to share a message to save someone's life, to change someone's life, what would you tell them? What would you go? And so we shift from the cover to the inside, to the real reason. And you might say, oh my God, this is hard. But again, like everything, it takes practice. So maybe you show up one day and you do just a little video. And another things that I say, tap into spontaneity.
Mm.
Even a lot now, you see a lot of videos, the old days where videos has to have the plant here, it has to have the light there, and then there was to be your brand in there. They're a
Mm.
little bit gone.
Yeah.
Because now it's all about the quick, the in the moment. You see this big
Yes.
influencer, you
Yeah.
see the big influencer, they literally take the phone, they even do Facebook ads with literally video like this. Hey, I'm just walking, getting my kids to school, and I just had this idea. I just want to tell you, it's hard to be a mom, but I'm just feeling so much, but whatever it is,
Yeah.
it's that spontaneity because people will care more about what you say than the way you look.
Mm.
Believe me. It's like I went live with no, I mean, I don't have much makeup, but the lipstick and my new eyebrow, which I wanted to hide from. But you see, I did it when we went live. Can I share this, Carol? I was like,
Yeah, of course.
I just had my eyebrow done and they look too strong. So I was saying to Carol, I'm going to wear my glasses to hide my eyebrow. And then I was like, no, you're not preaching you're teaching what you preach. So I'm like, I don't care about my eyebrow. This is it. I've just done them yesterday.
Mm.
I don't care about the eyebrow. I care about what I have to say to people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so this is what you need to tap into that. And the other things like you know,
Mm.
enjoy and be in this kind of really in the moment, spontaneous energy. It's the best things.
Mm. So, with so many social media
Mm.
platforms available, how do you recommend, like business owners, solopreneurs, coaches, spiritual coaches, how do you sort of like help them to decide where they should focus?
Another great
That's,
question.
good for their brand as
Yes,
well.
yes, absolutely. First of all, there is one thing that I want to say. There is no platform that is better for your brand than is better for yourself because you need to enjoy the platform. That is the first thing. Like I always say, I don't listen to podcast, Carl. So I cannot have a podcast myself. Or for example, I don't enjoy certain Twitter. I never enjoy Twitter. You can tell me that I can make millions in Twitter, but I just don't like it. It's too short. I'm a writer. You can't even put, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
the first rules to me is what do you really love? Where are you? And again, a lot of people say, oh, but the corporate people, for example, are on LinkedIn. And I'm like, maybe during the day with the suit, but in the evening, they're on Instagram and TikTok with
Yeah.
the feet up in the slippers and the maybe the glass of wine, right? So you need to think about what platform are you in. Like for example, again, there was this trend you had to be on TikTok, and I was like, okay, so I try to be on TikTok, but it's not really, for me yet. And again, there's not like in the day that we are today, Carol, the beauty is there is not a like literally you can be in any platform. I had client like literally in their 50, 60, smashing it on TikTok or Instagram. I personally follow a lady with her husband. She's a Spanish, she's 75. They are smashing Instagram. They literally bought a camper and they're driving all over the world with the
Yeah.
camper. And they're 75.
Yeah.
And you think, oh, Instagram is only for the pretty girls, for the absolutely not.
Mm.
There is a space for you in every platform.
Yeah. I always say,
Mm,
and this is what I found years ago,
mm,
is that you should go on the platform that you really enjoy being on.
absolutely.
Now, you want to make sure that your ideal clients are there. You don't want to be sort of like on TikTok if, like, your clients aren't there at all. But when you're on a platform that you really enjoy doing, it doesn't feel like difficult or hard work or anything like that. And you're more open to learning how can you make it better?
Hmm.
You want to, it's not because you're judging yourself. You just think, oh, there's a new feature coming out. Let me try that feature. Or, oh, look, they've done an update or they've brought something new in. Let me try that. And they are the people that do incredibly well on a platform because they like it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You need to like, otherwise it becomes a chore. And that is the problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Visibility is a chore
Mm.
before you meet Debora Luzi, of course.
What about, can you share any creative ideas or techniques for consistently producing content? What would you say is sort of like, you hear a lot of people say you should be consistent. I tell my clients you should be consistent. And then I hear people say, I just don't feel like it. I've got to go with the flow. Well, going with the flow isn't doing it once a week or once a month. You've got to put more in if you want to get something out. But what would you say to that? Have you got any creative ideas or sort of like secret sources that they can implement to, help them be consistent in producing impactful content?
So there's something that I want to share. I don't know if you know, Carol, but I did a 365 days of real challenge. I think I told
Yes,
you.
I remember you have mentioned that
So
before.
I did a reel for 365 days, even when my mother was in a coma, when I was in Colombia, there was no reception. I had to walk literally to a village to get hotspot. And that taught me a lot about resilience and about motivation and about showing up every day. And this is something that I want to say. Motivation will not make you show up every day. Discipline will.
Yes.
And so there is a part of you, and again, we cannot sugarcoat this. I know there are days that you don't feel like it. There is days that are like, oh my God, and it's okay, maybe one day is fine. But I always say, do not leave more than 48 hours
Yeah.
because, out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, exactly. I
So,
agree.
so to make things easy, there is one thing that I do. I used to have, now is on my phone. I have a little booklet and also on my phone. I get a lot of ideas. So
Mm.
I write them down. And again, maybe it's just a sentence. Maybe it's just, I don't know, I'm just inventing. The sky is the limit, I'm just inventing or something like a sentence or something. So have a little notebook or something where you can write all of this idea. And I want you to think that everything can be a content. You don't need to produce a Shakespearean piece of content.
Yeah.
Literally, now, especially, which is very quick, you can literally do a post with one sentence. And I'm sure that
Yes.
you can find 2 seconds on a day. And especially if you
Yeah.
have a book with some
Mm.
of these things. I don't believe in scheduling for a long time because see how you feel.
Yeah.
How do I feel today? Okay, I do that. Then the other things that I always recommend. So have things, because I do a lot of reels. So wherever you go,
Hmm.
5-second video of yourself.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yes.
you go for lunch with a friend and there's a beautiful park. Go in the park, take 5 seconds of a tree,
Mm. Mm.
take 5 seconds of a duck moving,
Yeah.
5 seconds of you walking.
Mm.
That can make a reel. That can
Mm.
be a story. Take
Mm.
a photo of you. So again, you need to get out of the mind. It's like, oh, what do I post? Of course, there is more to it because but now for the people that really struggle to create content, I want you
Yeah.
to know this. Everything can become a piece of content. When you go to the supermarket and you have the discussion with the lady that she goes like, oh my God, the prices have gone high so much. And you have a conversation with this lady that she only goes out on a Tuesday because Iceland does how do you say, discount for over
Yes.
65.
Special deals or something.
Why not? That could be a post. You can
Yeah.
talk about the conversation and wave it in. Maybe you're a sales coach. And so you say, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
be spontaneous. Stop being here. The more you hear, the more you're going to block. And think about it. Would you ever have a day, Carol, that you don't talk, you don't do anything, you literally are passive like this, moving, not moving? We have 60,000 thoughts in a day. Even when you don't feel like, just grab one.
Yeah,
Just grab that one. Even if it's a negative thought, it could be, oh, this morning my mind was playing with me. It was trying to tell me that I'm not good enough. But actually, I am. There you go. And then you see,
exactly.
so I hope
Yeah, it can be very easy, can't it?
you can when you get out of this.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
So, how can business owners design a visibility strategy they genuinely enjoy and that still delivers the results?
beautiful. So obviously, I fully believe, Carol, that not one strategy will fit all.
Mm.
So depending on the platform, but something that I always say, you need to try to be consistent. You
Mhm.
need to choose, and you know that myth of choosing one platform, it's long overrated. Like if that one platform disappear, what are you gonna do?
Exactly.
So recycle your content into maybe two platforms. Say, oh, Deborah, but they saw it on LinkedIn and they said it on Facebook. So what?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I walk in Oxford Street, I open it there, that's Chanel. And then I go, that's then, that's Nike. You know,
Mm.
they're everywhere. So it doesn't matter. And then obviously you need to decide, you know, what you are about, what you need to talk about. And you need to variate your content. It doesn't have to be only value. I know that a lot of people are fixated with the value only, but you need to be like an exciting channel TV program. You can't just show
Yes.
the documentary of the leopards, you know, and people are going to get bored. So, and again, your life is not about just the leopard documentary. You know, it's about this and it's about that. So, and the thing that I always say, I have like a strategy that then, you know, everybody makes it their own, but there needs to be different phases into your strategy, which is, you know, warming up your audience, creating authority with certain type of content, and then creating excitement, and then the sale.
Yeah.
And then so there needs to be a little bit of a journey,
Yeah.
especially if you're new. I wouldn't go and
Yeah.
start straight away. Like if you're completely new, give yourself a little about 30 days to warm up
Mm.
your audience, you know, ask them to take little action. And then you can, you know, start to build trust and then announce, sell, and then, you know, you repeat the cycle. But it is important that you sell. You
Yeah.
need to
Yeah,
be
of
business.
course.
And I know you're very good at this
Yeah.
and you're advocating for this. And that's why I love Carol because she's just very bluntly, boldly saying, you gotta sell.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a business owner, you
Yeah,
have to sell because unless somebody is going to give you the business or sell for you, you actually don't have a business if you don't sell.
exactly. And there
Yeah.
is people, you know, I work with people that had 10 times more followers than me. They had massive Facebook groups, zero sales.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so that's why
Crazy.
the size is not really matter.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I hope that helped a little bit of.
Yes, that does. So I know you've got another call coming
Yes.
up with a client. So what's one thought that you just like to leave people with?
The thoughts that I really want to leave you with is what have you got to lose? You know, it's like somebody said it yesterday, you know, we've been given this ticket to live this life.
Yes.
Once we'll be gone, you know, all of the worries that you had, they would have had no meaning, no importance. But you have a chance now to leave a legacy, to leave like, you know, past once we've gone. I
Mm.
have all of my visibilities there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I, I have lived, you know, I have really, because I really believe all of us comes to deliver a message. We live our story for a higher purpose. So the choice is always yours. And I've been saying this analogy recently. You can be like baby in the corner, or you can just be allow Patrick Schweiz to come and get you and go on that stage where you belong.
Yeah.
The choice is yours,
Mm,
you know?
that's lovely.
Just
Beautiful. Beautiful. So, Deborah, if people want to connect with you, how can they find you? What's the best way?
the best way is Facebook and Instagram. So I am Debora Luzi on Facebook. There is two profile. One is my business page, please, and one of my personal profile is much better. And then my Instagram is Debora Luzi Official. So it's my full name. I'm almost everywhere with my full name. So I would love to connect. And yeah, thank you so much for
Brilliant.
listening.
And we'll leave links to
Thank you so
Deborah's
much.
Facebook and Instagram so that you can connect with her. And Deborah, do you have a website?
Yes, I have a website. It's obviously deborahluzi.com.
Ah,
So
great. That's simple. We'll put that in there as well.
it's like, couldn't get any better. Like one name does all of the job.
Yeah, that's
We
brilliant.
kill three birds with one stone.
Okay, thank you so much, Deborah.
You're
I'm looking
welcome.
forward to seeing you next Friday
Can't
and to
wait.
hearing your talk as well. You're going to be amazing. I
Thank you
can't
so
wait to see
much.
all your jewelry as well.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so
Thank
much.
you. Bye. Bye bye.